again today with another ITZY'S reaction for you guys. And we have made it on to another ITZY album first listen. I'm going to be doing Not Shy, and of course I'll be doing this in two parts. Today, part one will consist of the 3 tracks, Don't Give a What, ID, and Surf. I'm super excited. You guys know I'm really enjoying my ITZY journey so far. Let's just go. Okay guys, just before we start, quick disclaimer, I will be reacting to lyric videos for these 3 tracks. Because my speaker's not working properly, you guys know I usually just like to listen to the songs on my speaker. But also, as you know, like, music is my priority. So even though the lyrics will be there, I'll be looking at the lyrics, I'll still be mostly concentrating on the music. I will still be only commenting on the music. Please don't expect like a lyrical analysis or anything like that. I'm just like, the music is still my priority. Okay guys, let's go. We're starting off with ITZY, Don't Give a What. Let's go. Oh. Don't give a what? I don't give. This is giving like classic rock vibes, like AC/DC. Wow, that brassy synth. Now it turns straight to it. Blah 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 blah. Sorry, but so playful. Oh, Tim with the flow. Ooh, these melodies, this chorus, the electric guitar. Ooh, it's like a rock dance track. The trap switch up! Oh, beautiful flow there. I love how epic this pre-chorus is. Love those melodies. Man, ITZY have such a distinct sound. Hey! She's turned into a house track. That warm synth. Oh, the harmonies in the back. Strike a pose. Oh. Hear that electric guitar in the back? La la la. Oh, that sounds so good. What? Okay, quickly before we go on to the next one, can we just talk about how unique and experimental ITZY'S sound is? I feel like we don't talk about it enough. Like, they really do put out some sort of experimental songs. I feel like they just work so well and they flow so well that sometimes, I don't know, I can't explain it, but their music is actually pretty experimental. Like, the fusion of sounds you don't really get in other groups. I feel like, of course, there are lots of other groups that are experimental. Take ITZY'S as an example. Their music is very experimental, but it's a different type of experimental, if that makes sense. They fuse sounds, but it's not the same. Do you know what I mean? And ITZY definitely have their own sound. Like, you hear an ITZY song and you know it's an ITZY song. They do make songs that have more of a sort of generic sound. Nothing wrong with that, don't get it twisted. You guys know I love those generic sounding songs as well. But they also have these very standard ITZY sounding songs, and that was one of them. And they fused sort of different sounds together. This was a fusion of sort of house and rock. It was like classic rock, like I said at the beginning, it was giving me sort of AC/DC vibes. I'm sure I had like a cowbell in there as well and that guitar. But then the way the chorus came in, you literally had like electric guitar and sort of like a house beat. It was insane. And then you had the track switch up. It was such a fusion of sounds and I love it. Also, ITZY have this really sort of playful way of delivering their verses and the melodies. Like I mentioned, I think it might have been in my ITZY reaction, it almost sounds a little bit childlike, like na, 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 na. Do you know what I mean? It has that sort of sound to it, and that adds this sort of, maybe a little bit sort of bubblegum, sort of cute sort of sound to it. It's such a mesh of different sounds. That was just like your typical ITZY track, and I loved it. You can't hear that sort of sound from any other group. Like, I loved it. That was fantastic. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, guys, let's go. We now have ITZY ID. Let's go. My voice will crack down. Oh, we've got big band sounds. Ooh. ID. What? ID. Again, they're being weird. I love it. I feel like, Ooh! Getting the housey sounds back. Ooh, the drums here. No. Ooh. And that hook. Ooh. Oh, cool. Wow. ID. I knew that was gonna happen. Oh, the way the beat picked up. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love the percussion in the back. Can you hear it? Hey! Woo, I love that. I love this part. It starts getting housey. Can you hear it? Ooh. I want to see the playful melodies again. No. See? You got this. had your fusion of sounds. It started off, I thought we were going to have sort of big band sort of vibes, like a big jazz sort of number, and then it completely switched up again on us. Again, it had housey elements. It was very fun. It didn't blow me away as much as the previous song. I feel like it was a good track, but it wasn't like, whoa. We did have another sort of trap switch up. Of course, it's an ITZY track. I would expect a trap sort of, a nice sort of hip hop switch up. We had that, of course. The best part of the song, hands down, was the bridge. I love that moment in the bridge. I love that sort of ID sort of hook. Again, very, very playful with the melodies. It's a bop, it's a banger. It didn't blow me away, but it was good. Let's go on to the next one. Okay guys, let's go. Last but not least, we now have ITZY'S Surf. Let's go. That's good. Oh, it's funky. No. Okay. Ooh. It's a summer bop. Ooh, her voice. I love how this part progresses. Ooh. It's so sweet. Hey! Ooh, is that like a wood block? Can you hear it? Ooh! Oh, this is big. Ooh! Ooh! Ah! Oh, she's rapping. The adlibs. Yup, spacey sound. Oh, that sounds so good. Woo! And you can spend your roads in the back. Ooh. Ended it like that. That was really, really nice. I loved it. I love you're gonna be like, oh, you hypocrite, because I say all the time I'm sort of sick of that sort of 70s sort of throwback, almost disco sound. However, this didn't drop like now. It's usually songs that drop like right now after it's been like 3 years. And title tracks, like I don't really mind B-sides that much, but when it's like a title track, I'm sick of it, I'm bored of it. But that was really, really good. And as I was just saying, I just said that ITZY have their own sound, their own songs, but they also do sort of more generic sort of sounding songs. That's also a perfect example. That could have been a Twice song, that could have been a From His Nine song. Do you know what I mean? But it was still good, and it just goes to show that ITZY can basically do anything. yeah, they have their own sort of sound, but if they want to do this sort of sound, they can do it and they can pull it off very, very well. I've said that many, many times before. I just feel like ITZY can do whatever the fuck they want. Like, they can literally do whatever they want. They have the talent, they just have the ability to just pull off anything. And I absolutely love that. And I can't say that for a lot of groups, honestly and truly. I really can't say that for a lot of groups. They've proved themselves as well. Like, there are plenty of songs out there, just like this one, that proves like they can basically do anything they want to do. It was a really nice, really, really pretty song. I love those parts in the pre-chorus and the bridge as well. I loved the bridge. Yeah, I loved all three of those. I've got nothing else to say. The first track was my favourite. I can't remember what it's called. What's it called? Oh, bro, my ADHD. I don't give a what. I don't give a what. I think that was my favourite one today. But yeah, that's it, guys. I've got nothing else to say. I will see you soon for part 2. I'll try and not leave it too long. Hopefully not next week, the week after. I should be able to do part 2. If not the week after that. But I'm going to try my best to get it in as soon as possible. And yeah, that's it, guys. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If you have subscribed, I love you. I love you. Go to follow me on Instagram, guys. Go to follow me on Twitter. And yeah, goodbye.
Oh.